You're tuned in to the Kansas City Weather Report, your daily source for the latest local forecast right here in KC. Whether you're planning your commute, weekend barbecue, or just trying to figure out if you need that extra layer, Wes has you covered. So let's dive into today's forecast.
Welcome to the Kansas City Weather Report. I'm meteorologist Wes Fury. Today's Thursday, August 13th, and here is what's up with the weather. Did you get any rainfall yesterday? It was a little heavier in northern Clay County and in northern Platte County. By the time it kind of made it through Kansas City, there wasn't really a whole lot to speak of overall. And I'm trying to pull up to where the rainfall. Oh, I can't get it. It was like light. I'm on the north side of Kansas City, and I mean, it was like moderate for a few minutes. I just kind of shriveled up and with sprinkles for most locations. In the core of Kansas City and further down to the south. So if you were like, I didn't get any rainfall at all yesterday, you're probably on the south side of Kansas City because it all just kind of died as it came through. You know, the saving grace, as I've said many times in this week's hot weather pattern, has been the cloud cover and at times the breeze. And unfortunately, we're going to drop some of that cloud cover this afternoon. We still have some out there this morning, though, and starting off just as most mornings have this week, and that's near about 80 degrees. Lunchtime temperatures are getting near about 90. The heat index, again, at that point is like 100, and we'll get to 105, maybe close to 110 for the heat index later on this afternoon. And dinner time, the heat index is still probably near like 100 to 105 with temperatures still in the mid-90s. We may be at the hottest part of the day for dinner time tomorrow, or at least pretty close to it, because of the way that the clouds tried to move out. And they'll get a lot of sunshine, I think, in the afternoon. So that helps hold the heat a little bit longer throughout the afternoon and the evening. But all in all, I think today probably feels a little bit hotter just because of more sunshine. And again, until around noon, we'll have some clouds to help us out. And then afternoon and onward, not looking too good. Looking like we'll get some sunshine out there. Rain chances are looking decent, I think, for Friday. Rain chances there, especially in the afternoon and in the evening. We're at about 30%. There may be something that tries to just like briefly pass by. You know, maybe even Friday evening, the Saturday morning, just a brief little passage of something there. That would be kind of nice overall, but it's still not going to stop us from probably getting into the middle 90s again on Friday, with the heat index again close to about 95. We'll do it again for Saturday. Again, slight chance for a shower. Temperatures 95-ish, heat index 105. Not much to speak of, holding on to some hope for some rainfall. I think I said a couple days ago, our best chance of rain was going to be Saturday night into Sunday. It's still there. The chance of rain is still there. It's almost equal. Like the Friday evening and Saturday morning rain chance is equal to the Saturday night and Sunday morning rain chance, where there might be some decaying showers moving through and the north side may end up getting the better chance of rain overall. And then whenever the activity tries to make it to the south side, it just doesn't have a whole lot left. There's a front sitting right by us. So there's something could pop up Friday afternoon or the evening, and then Saturday, the front actually tries to come through Saturday night and Sunday. And it's actually looking a little bit more promising here for somewhat cooler conditions by Monday, because the cold front, the cooler front, if you will, it's actually coming through around then. So Sunday, I think high temperatures might be middle to upper 80s, another mostly cloudy day. That'll be a nice change for things with a northerly wind there. Monday, temperatures may still be in the 80s, like 85 to 90, with the cloud cover sticking around as well. And the front is trying to come back as a warm front on Monday, so that may help trigger a few showers here and there. But I mean, overall, it's just don't expect much heavy rainfall. And if I'm wrong about that over the next 5 days, I'll gladly take that L. But some pop-up showers, maybe some thunderstorms possible, and especially Friday afternoon and evening, and then Saturday night and Sunday. It just looks pretty light overall. It's not super promising. We'll start to get back into the heat. Then later on next week, warm, humid highs, maybe not like maybe not like middle 90s like what we're seeing right now. Because yesterday, the cloud cover actually kept us in check pretty good. Like it was only, I think it was 94 yesterday at the downtown airport. That's, by the way, kind of my marker here as I try to use the downtown airport because I think more people are, likely to experience weather that occurs in more urban areas than it does in more rural areas because you're probably not experiencing the same weather that KCI is experiencing. If you're just like out and about, on a normal afternoon, you're more likely to experience the heat that you get, in the city, in a more urbanized area than you will be getting in a rural area up at KCI. But KCI is where our records are taken because you can get like the unaltered, like legitimate weather. I could go into a much longer podcast about why we put weather stations at airports and why, they put weather stations, weather sensors and stations in like an undisturbed area. But maybe another day, or if you stop me in public, be happy to answer that for you. It is still looking not quiet. That is like minorly active from next Tuesday through Friday. I think there is at least another chance for some light rainfall in there somewhere between next Tuesday and Friday. And that may be another case where, we try to get some cloud cover working on some days, and, some days are cooler than others and some days are hotter than others. But overall, it just looks like can we call that late August? At that point it'll be, it's still mid to late August type of weather, partly cloudy and temperatures lower 90s, maybe getting back into the middle 90s. It has been decently soggy, especially humid in the overnights. And have you noticed that there are a bunch of mushrooms coming out of the ground? I woke up overnight and there were like a dozen mushrooms that just popped up in my backyard. And I'm not watering my yard or anything like that, but I think it's just we've been relatively moist with humidity and rain. And it was kind of crazy. I had to pick them up because I was afraid my dogs are going to sniff them or like taste them out of curiosity. And they're poisonous. They make you very sick. So don't eat them. Don't let your dogs eat them. Anything like that. And if you get them in a circle, it's called a fairy circle. It's kind of funny, kind of cool. I do all this to say that the Kansas City Allergy and Asthma Associates pollen report, kcallergy.com, still has the mold levels kind of in the medium, maybe the high range. Now, I don't know if there's a direct correlation between the mold that comes out of the ground and the mold floating around in the air, but I am thinking there is. I've done no prior research, but I'm thinking that there is. It makes sense, right? Because mold has to be blowing off of something. So if your allergies are bothering you right now, it is probably the mold with the moist. Did that make some of you cringe? With the moist ground conditions and the moist atmospheric conditions that we have right now. And the mold might fall a little bit today with it being dry, maybe for Friday, but probably with the increasing rain chances from Friday night to Saturday night, mold may come back up to where it is right now after we dry out. And we'll just have to see if any heavy rainfall actually helps out with the weeds and the grass levels. But right now it's the mold really doing the majority of the work. Again, that's your allergy report. Brought to you by the Kansas City Allergy and Asthma Associates. I got 3 locations to help provide you with all your needs for allergy, asthma, lung conditions, sinusitis, like me, all those good things. To go along with the allergy, sometimes you think you're having allergic reactions. Could be the pressure. Pressure is bottoming out this afternoon and evening before it starts to rise. So aches and pains possible for some of you this evening. Should be feeling much better and some relief from that through Monday with another fall there around Wednesday. And this front is coming through. So it's not like the front's really doing much as it comes through Sunday. But that may also be another minor pain point for you there before, again, gradually rising through Monday and Tuesday and then falling around Wednesday and Thursday. I don't think the fall on Wednesday looks to be as low as what we're experiencing later on this afternoon and this evening. All right, recapping the forecast. It's pretty much like 95 degrees, and it feels like about 105 every day through Saturday. Slight chance, though, on Friday afternoon and evening for a shower or thunderstorm. And then again, as that front comes through Saturday and Sunday, and then around Sunday night into Monday. Highs possibly in the 80s Sunday and Monday, and then near 90, if not in the lower 90s, Wednesday and onward, with rain chances still kind of lingering around from Tuesday through Friday into next week. Thank you so much for joining me for this edition of the Kansas City Weather Report. You can find me on social media at West Weather. Have a good one.